Alright, what is up YouTube? So, I'm going to be going over some of the new heist mechanics and just general functionality, what everything does. So first, obviously the rogue markers, everyone knows, you right click them, you come to this harbor area. They're also used for opening up parts of a grand heist. So these blueprints right here, these things are the grand heist. And it's not as grand as something like with the Forsaken Masters with Katarina, where it takes a whole crap ton of time before you can unlock and get to one. You can start doing these grand heists really early and just spamming them and having a good time. They're really some good potential loot. The contracts are also really good too, though. So these contracts right here, the ones that you can't put in your stash and you can't delete because I've tried to a lot, those are pretty much like storyline quests. You get a couple of them just while you're leveling up, and the reason that they don't let you delete them or sell them or anything is because you pretty much have to be doing them. Those help you unlock a base set of like followers and main bros that help you out during the heist. So if you go over to, there's a couple of them scattered around, but if you just go to anyone that is a follower, they have the option for show inventory. If you go there, you can see you can click through here, and they all have like different levels of what they can do. So the best way I found to do this, and it's really stupid, but it's very reminiscent of like Harvest League, is a notepad document with everything. So I have like a notepad document that says, I could actually just drag it over right here with like, these are the things I have at level 3, level 2, level 1, and I just leave it running on another screen, and I'm updating it. At the end of one of the contracts, you'll see it shows in a little chat area, like, so-and-so, I don't know, Isla gained X amount of engineering XP. And if it levels up, it'll say, like, Isla's engineering leveled up. And then I would just go over to my text document and then do a quick update in there. Or come over here and recheck them, whatever you want to do. So the short version is that you want to run the contracts you can't get rid of, those you just run. You get them done, you get more guys, or more features for the guys you have, and then those will allow you to do the other contracts, which I'm probably not going to be able to get to the stash, because the stash is always blocked. I'm just going to go back to my hideout. So then you get the other contracts here, and everything that you find for these, all the main stuff that you would go to run, is just found while you're mapping. Just nothing crazy. You're running through mapping. You'll probably find them delving and doing other stuff too. I've mainly just been doing maps and contracts. There is one other quick thing you can do to buy them. There's a guy over here. This guy. You can do this guy and go to purchase items, and then he has a bunch of contracts for just some chance orbs. So for these, just make sure you look at, like, for this one, it says client, Marcine, whatever, heist target, enigmatic, whatever, area level, whatever. But at the very last line, it says requires lockpicking level 2. So you have to have someone with lockpicking at level 2 or higher. So I actually can't do that because my highest lockpicking is level 1. And there's no indicator on the map itself that you can or can't do it. You have to actually have your list, which I'm optimistic they're going to change. The whole system actually has a lot of layers and nonsense to it that does not need to be there, and I'm very confident that they're going to clean it up and make it a lot better. But for right now, this is pretty much everything that we're going to need to know. So anyway, you want to go through and get as many of these that you can run, and buy them, and then run them, in short. And this will help level up your guys. And then as your guys get stronger, you can fulfill the requirements to do the blueprint. So like for this one, I have Perception level 1, I have Demo level 2, I have NG level 2, so I can actually run this. And these are all, if I think most people figured out by now, but these are all craftable. Like you can put currency on them to make them better like that. This just got Ellie Reflect, so that's kind of interesting. So watch out for that kind of stuff. But they're pretty much like maps, but you can't use a chisel on them. But other than that, they're pretty much like maps in terms of crafting them. So I do want to run through a couple of these just to give you an overview. But I'm gonna skip ahead to this blueprint. So let's just assume that you've been picking these up, you've been running them, you've been leveling up your guys, and now you want to go do these. So you go down to this planning room. That's this weird room in the center that you probably haven't used yet. and you go over to this table, and you can't run this until you do this step. It's kind of weird, but in a way it's kind of cool, because up here it shows you all the things that were listed on that contract, like perception level 1, demo level 1, demo level 2, NG level 2, sorry. So right here is the perception, and this is the only guy I have that can do it. He's already level 3, so that's perfect. Right here I got Tibbs, who's a god because he can do an extra mechanical chest when you're running away at the end of the whole thing, so he's really cool. And then right here, you can use the same one twice. That's pretty big note to mention, that you can actually just, like Isla for example, if she did, I could have her doing all 3 if they were all things that she could do, right? Now before I confirm the plans, and you can actually, let me do this. You can confirm them and change them later. So now that it's confirmed and it says blueprint is confirmed, now I can actually run it. But what if I changed my mind and I wanted to try revealing more stuff or getting more options, right? Right here, this whatever, reveal blueprint details. This, when you put that blueprint in there, will give you the option of revealing the wing. So if I click this alive, so he has 3 reveals left, right? That's because I already used some. I don't know the exact on it, but to the best, from what I can tell, just running the contracts, just doing more stuff, he'll give you more and more reveals, right? So nothing too fancy there. But the coins, where it says, like if I mouse over this, 4 reveals, he has 3, so I have to run more stuff. And then 4.5k coins. Those are these stupid little things. I'll just kind of keep like a mix. There we go. So I don't actually have enough to reveal more stuff. 2.6k. I don't know why that got cheaper. Oh, to reveal it. Yeah, that reveals different parts of it. Escape route, prophecies. Yeah, anyway, this gets you more options. Well, I did a contract, the blueprint last night, where it only had a limited view. And then I revealed one of these, and it gave me a lot more options of stuff to do, and I liked the more options better. There was like a metamorph thing in there was some fossils, and I said, oh, that's the one I want to do. So then when I got in there, I picked that room instead, and I went that way. And you can link them together, but there's only so much you can do within the alert level time frame. But, I mean, this is probably going to be a lot more confusing until you run a couple of them. But the biggest thing is the curio display room. The last one I ran had a bunch of gem choices. So I went to the curio first, looked at it while my alert level wasn't that high, and then looked up all the different gems. It had some really cool new gem options. And I looked up those to see which one I wanted to sell because I didn't want to use any of them. And then ran back, opened some chests, got my alert level, and then did that. So first, I want to run through some of them kind of. I'm just going to do a regular contract first here. Prepare. Oh, so Adaya, this person, is where you do prepare ice. That's where you throw in your contracts. And then just kind of taking it back to basics. But this Karsh guy, right? You just click this. You click the guy. As long as you have the right level skill. And you start it. The initial contracts are very not complicated. Most of the answers to most of the questions about Heist are to just play the game. You just run maps, do kills, do whatever you want. So what I just did was actually bad. When you run up to these and you open them, it raises the alert level, and you can actually see there's going to be a little bit of a preview of how much alert you're going to lose. But what's interesting, like if I mouse over this locker right here, you see how the alert level's got some extra red on it. Now what's kind of weird about this is they want you to quote-unquote be stealthy, which in short means be a very tanky build, because you're actually just not killing stuff. So like right here, all these guys following me, look at how the alert level's not moving. Now it's going to move a little because I just opened that door. But if I were to stop and kill them, the alert level skyrockets. But now I want this loot, so I'm going to have to kill them so I don't get one shot in this corner. And now this is going to do a huge alert level raise. But it's going to give me the loot. Because it's got this icon here. I forget what that red icon is. But, Val stuff. So that's smooth there. And just to kind of review some basic stuff while I'm running through it. All the stuff you get in these is not an item until the run is over. So what I mean by that is it says, let's say contraband. Yeah. So if you die before the alert level, before lockdown happens, which is when the alert's full, or you get the last item, if you die before then, you drop everything, but you can come back in and get it. It's totally fine. Once you either raise the alert level to max, or you get all the way to the end and get the last item, then it starts doing a lockdown, and then you can't die. If you die, you just lose everything and you can't go back in, and that's it. So you really don't want to. So like right here, if you mouse over this, there's nothing on the alert level because it doesn't really happen until you start killing the stuff behind the door. And because there's no one around. So it's very interesting. I think most builds aren't really going to have a choice in the matter of the alert level. There are some, as you level up some of your followers, like the guys that help you out on the missions, some of them have like perks, and there's items you can put on them that require way too high of a level, but that's a whole separate thing. But they have perks and things where they'll do less, you'll get less alert for, oh crap, no longer there. Less alert for when they do stuff like opening chests. So right now my alert level is pretty much max, so if I kill anything, or if I open any chest at all, I go into lockdown, and then you have a 30-second timer to get to the next area. So that's why I'm actually just running around trying my damnedest to not kill anything. And the reason my alert level is so high is because I wanted to open both of those big areas, right? So now that I'm on the last door, I can start killing stuff because, okay, this was only 20 seconds, but I'm right here. So once you click this, normally an item pops out, and then your goal is to just get that item way back to your start, like, you know, way back to the start here. As long as you do that, you're good. I don't have auto center. The catch is that while you're running, hold on, I'm sorry. There you go. The catch is that while you're running, there's going to be a lot of guys spawning that weren't necessarily there before, and they're all trying to kill you. So it's kind of, I'm not really a huge fan of, but they're very Legion-esque in terms of, if anyone played Legion when it was at its, I want to say, when it was at its most rippy, where you'll spawn monoliths and you can just get completely one-shot from off-screen and there was nothing to do about it, and that felt really bad. It's kind of like that, where you can, as you're trying to escape, you'll randomly walk through a door and a giant pack of mobs will shoot something at you from the edge of your screen that will just one-shot you, and that sucks. So you do want to be very careful while you're trying to escape. You can take it slow. There's no time limit once you pick up the last item to escape. The only time there's a time limit in this whole thing is when you raise the alert level too high, and it gives you that countdown of how long you have before it goes into lockdown. Right now, what we're doing, the escape, is called lockdown. If the alert level gets too high and the bar fills, then you go into lockdown and you can't get the last item anymore. The best I can tell with the last item is that I think you just get more XP with the follower for the basic contracts, but then you can also sell that last item to the fence, one of the vendors, and you get more of these little red coins, but they're not really the end of the world. If you see some really cool, like, of the side rooms that you want to get in a run, and it's not a grand heist, it's just a regular contract, sometimes it could be more beneficial for you to just get all the side areas, not complete it, and then get out of there and get all the loot. Because even if you fail the heist, as long as you don't die, as long as you make it back to the entrance after lockdown, all of the items you have turn into regular items, and you can actually use them and trade them and all that. So that's very worth noting. They got this vendor here, this guy, the fence. You can just use him as your regular vendor, or you can use him to actually sell the curio, the last item you get on a normal contract too. And you'll also notice that you get these things, these like follower equipments. The catch is that they're way too high level, they're all 4+. Like I've got a bunch of them already, and I can't use any of them because none of my guys are 4. The highest I have is 3. So I kind of just been storing them here, and then eventually, when I can use them, I'll throw them on someone. Let me just throw some crap away here. Okay. This is the contract that's going on that, yeah. So, just gonna use one of these to go back. That's about the gist of the basics. I think I'm gonna show. I'm probably gonna skip one of the normal contracts, like in terms of demoing on this video, because it's pretty much the same as that contract that we just ran. And again, those are mainly just to unlock guys and level stuff up. Oh, and I forgot to look, but yeah, normally in chat you'll see that the XP they got for the job, since that was one of the default contracts, it doesn't have it. I'm kind of curious. It should have unlocked something though, but I don't know what. Perception 3, agility 2, demo NG, brute lockpicking. Yeah, I don't think I actually got anything out of that, but oh well, whatever. So we're gonna do the Grand Heist now, this one. And I don't have enough coins to actually unlock any of the rooms or anything, but I did already assign some people and I confirmed it, so that means they're good to go. I don't think it actually shows that it's confirmed anywhere on the item, which is kind of dumb, but once we have it confirmed, we can go over this person and you just do prepare Grand Heist. So same general process, right? And you can try to plan out these reward rooms. They don't show you what it is, but sometimes it will. Like if you do the reveals and stuff first too, you'll actually be able to see what's in some of the rooms and give you a better idea. Like that's how I knew with the one I did last night that I wanted to go to a different area. But since I don't have enough coins to do more reveals, I'm just going to take the default rooms that they give me. And one of the cool things is that with these, the Perception Demo Engineering, the guys that I choose for these, they're going to get a good chunk of XP for it. So it also doubles as a really good way of leveling your guys up, right? So if you have, like when I was planning it, if I had 2 people that had Perception level 1, but one of them I wanted to level up, and the other one I wasn't so worried about, I would put in the guy I wanted to level up. This way he got the XP for it and gets a good chunk. That's about the gist of it though. Once you start one of these Grand Heists, it's pretty much the same as a regular one. If you had revealed another room from that blueprint reveal guy, then instead of having one door up here, you'd have another one over here somewhere else. And then that's where you'd be able to choose which one you wanted to do. So we go in the lab, and the whole start, same thing as a regular contract. I probably should have been trying to be more stealthy, which again just means have a very tanky build and don't kill stuff. Tibbs doesn't give a damn, he's gonna kill everybody anyway. So we're just running through, not touching any of the chests, only opening that div card room. We're getting in there. We want them. We want them. So stuff's starting to hurt a bit, but trying to stick to my guns because I really want that div card. So now I gotta start killing stuff because I'm about to crack open the doors, right? So there we go. Get in here. Alright, so now this is gonna raise it a huge amount, each one. So that's, oh yeah, but that's why we do it. Gonna do another one here. Good stack decks. I think you get stack decks every time you see a div card room too, which is really cool. So now we're just gonna go back to running, trying to not kill stuff when possible. Regular doors you can just open, you only have to unlock these. And like if you mouse over it where it says begin demolition and it says V in brackets, that's because my default button for that is V on the keyboard. I think that's the default. But in short, you just mouse over that door or icon and you hit that hotkey. And it's a little easier than standing there trying to move your mouse and position it over the icon, especially when you're trying to dodge enemies and keep your alert level low. It's a lot easier to just hit that hotkey. Right, so so I totally just scuffed this, and I'm on a 30-second timer now, which is not good, but the Grand Curio's right there. So the reason that that's bad I really wanted those div cards, and that other box, I should be able to get it on the way out. I think I needed to open it first. So this is going to be experimental. Here we go, here we go. Let's go Weisel, Totem Hills, the Bitter Dream. Oh no, I definitely don't want that. Oh crap. I took the wrong item. So, this has turned into an experimental heist because I scuffed it. But, ooh, small bond. So those things, I think it's Tibbs, can still open up one of these guys per wing. After, that's like his special effect, which is why he's so good. Okay, yeah, so I needed to click this div card chest. Even though I opened the room, I had to actually open it. But you can just open them, not pick up the loot, and then go to the end. So that this way you get the item, and then you go into lockdown, right? And then when you come back up here as you're running away, you can just pick up the loot after. The loot doesn't go away, but the option of opening it does. So, ooh, chest. So, one thing that I've noticed that it's kind of an interesting note, is that as crazy as these mobs are, one of the best things you can do is actually not fight them. So it sounds stupid, but right now while I'm waiting for that door, I have to clear everything out, right? And then once I go into that door, I don't want to just run into it. I'm going to try and like lure some stuff out, play it safe, and get it clean. But then once I can get into it, I just want to run through it. You want to try and, when you're doing the escape route, you really want to try and just not fight as much as you can, because a lot of the mobs can do like surprise one-shots and crap. So once you get to the end, you'll see here it says Tibbs gained some XP, Isla gained some XP. They were the only two. I must have had one of them doing 2 jobs. They didn't level or anything, but that's totally fine. But that's pretty much it. So now we're at the end, and it's over. So the rewards at the end, if I was doing it correctly, I wouldn't have been in such a rush in the room. I would have saved that div card room, like not opened it, ran to the last room, checked all the rewards, saw which one I wanted to pick, and then went back to the div card room, opened that, opened the boxes, didn't pick up the loot because that would have triggered lockdown. And then while lockdown was happening, I would go back to the last room, get the item I want, and then go back to the div card room and actually spend the time looting while I'm in lockdown, because then I don't have a time limit anymore. But this is actually, I didn't realize, this is one of the new items, and it's got a cool implicit. So this is actually better than I thought it was. But that's not bad at all. Okay, so we'll check that out. That's probably not worth much, but the item level is probably going to kind of kill it. Anyway, that's pretty much the gist of it. You get so many cool rewards. Like I got 6 stacked decks, a bunch of other cards and stuff, and again, I pretty much scuffed that run just for science. But I had one last night where the rewards at the end, I looked through all of them, and some of the options were different gems, and I got this crazy anomalous power siphon, which has like bonus projectiles and crap, and some of the new gems are crazy good. And they'll have different versions of them, and it's really nice to get to the end first and look through your options and figure out what you want to do when you're not on a crunched time limit. But you also do want to try and get as many rewards as you can, and time it so that the last thing you open finishes your alert level, and then you run back and get the last item. That's about it, I want to say. If I missed anything, or if you have any questions or whatever, feel free to let me know. Just, I guess, throw something in the comments, or I don't know if you want to message me in game. My guy's name is, can you check out my account name is Tonester, I think, TONST3RL. I don't know, but feel free to just leave a comment or anything if you want. Otherwise, I hope this guide helps out. It's probably very obvious, but I didn't really plan it. I just kind of wung the whole thing. But I had one of those base contracts that I just randomly picked up. I had a regular contract, I had a heist. I figured that's the perfect time to try and run through everything for you guys. But that's it. Hope everyone's having fun and getting all the fat loots and exalts in the Heist League. Take care.